Aquarius. This is a monthly reading for Aquarius for the month of November. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Welcome to my channel, Light to Your Path Tarot. I'm Denise, and let's talk about what we have here for you. We do have the Seven of Pentacles here on the bottom of the deck, and it is in the reverse. I feel like you've just been uprooted. The Seven of Pentacles reversed, it can be a call for patience or the need for patience to let something grow. But I do feel like, from what I'm seeing here, I just feel like there's something here about you being uprooted. I feel like maybe you grew as much as you could in the place that you were, and now it's time to grow someplace else, is what I'm feeling with this. We do have the moon here. The moon represents things hidden, secrets. It can also be about fears, maybe wherever it is that you are being transplanted to or transitioning to. I feel like it could be very new and you can't see everything in front of you, and it's kind of a energy of having to trust, We do have the King of Swords here. I like this a lot. This is authority of the mind with the King of Swords. Hold on just a second. My dog's pushing things off of the bed. But the King of Swords is an authority, father figure. It's somebody who is in very much control of their mind. And I feel like he's looking at this situation and being very rational about it, not having any delusions about it, seeing through the darkness here, knowing that even though something may be uncomfortable, or maybe even scare you a little bit, he knows that it's something that's going to bring him to a better place. We have the Ace of Pentacles here. This is in the reverse. This can be a missed opportunity. And maybe something cost you too much. We have this Six of Cups here underneath of that. And I feel like it had to do with a disappointing relationship. And it could have been a very soul contractual kind of relationship, but I feel like also there was disappointment in this. I feel like it cost you a lot. Six of Cups can also talk about wishing for something that never was, a little bit idealizing something too much, and we got disappointed kind of thing. And the Lovers is here in reverse as well, so I guess that speaks even more to the fact that there has been a breakup in a relationship. I feel like maybe you are transitioning to a new place. You grew as much as you could from that situation. I feel like the idealizing of the situation could have cost you a lot, or maybe it was just looked at as this could have been so good, but it wasn't, So I do feel like there's a missed opportunity regarding love. We do have the Ten of Cups here. I feel like you thought that this was something that was going to be the be all end all, but we have the Seven of Swords under here, which talks about deception. It talks about making something look like something that it's not, kind of thing, or somebody could have been deceiving, or you could have been betrayed. And I say that too because we have the Three of Swords underneath of that here, which talks about heartbreak. So I feel like you are being uprooted right now, is what I'm getting for you, Aquarius. So let's get into your reading here. We have this Four of Cups here in the reverse. So, in the reverse, it can carry an even stronger energy of the card in the upright, like there's a blockage. So something that you could have been like, well, I'll take it or leave it. Maybe you're more open to the opportunity, because this card in the upright says to me, thank you, but I'd rather not. This is okay, considering an opportunity is what I'm getting. So considering an opportunity as the issue for the month here, maybe something that you thought you would pass on, you you may end up being a little more open to. We do have this Two of Wands in the reverse as the challenge. So when this comes as a challenge, it's like, don't just talk about it, be about it. Like the need to take action on something, stop dreaming about it and actually take action. So there could be something here that you are or have been stalling on, but this is saying, decide what it is that you want and take action on it. The Nine of Pentacles is in the reverse, in the area of, well, it's at the base of the reading, but also in the subconscious. I'm sorry this is so dark, guys. I just noticed that it's coming up a little dark on the camera. I don't know if I can move the light a little bit, make it a little less dark. Maybe a little bit. But the Nine of Pentacles in reverse is a little bit of someone infringing on your independence, your freedom, what you've made for yourself. But also I'm just wondering if this Nine of Pentacles is having to do with your freedom and independence being stifled in some way, Again, I'm thinking of that King of Swords that came up underneath of the deck there. I think you were playing yourself small, or I'm thinking, in terms of this Seven of Pentacles where you're being transplanted, you grew as much as you could in the container that you were in, right? If we think of it like that, like something was stifling your freedom and independence. And I feel like you were really longing for that. So, with that Four of Cups, I feel like that could have been an opportunity that you didn't want to have to take, but circumstances or things could have played out in a way that you knew you needed to take that opportunity so that you wouldn't be stuck. Because I feel like this Nine of Pentacles is, this is the self-made man or woman. This is the independent card. Free, happy, I've made this for myself, I can do this on my own kind of thing. And I just feel like that in the past has gotten or was stifled for you, which would precipitate the need to transplant, repot yourself somewhere else is what I'm getting. In your recent past, you have this Three of Cups. I feel with this Three of Cups, there's a big sense of happiness with friends. I feel like you're feeling a lot of love and support from friends or family, like-minded people. All of the women in this card here are like celebrating. They're happy, they're free, they're uninhibited. So I feel like that here you were inhibited in the deep past and also in your subconscious mind. Something was restricting you, inhibiting you. And I feel like when you made a choice was open to an opportunity and took the opportunity because you didn't like the status quo, the way that things were going in the place that you were, I feel like you were met with a lot of love, support, happiness, and maybe you're even getting out with friends more now is what I'm getting to. So foremost in your mind, here in the conscious mind, we have Temperance. Temperance is the card of balance. It's the card of patience sometimes. But I feel with this Temperance, like there's peace, there's harmony, there's healing, there's balance is what I'm getting. She has 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on the land. So like you're comfortable with the emotions. You still have the stability and security of the land, but you also you can dip your toe in the emotions now without them drowning you or overwhelming you. It is that kind of balance is what I'm getting here. The Devil is in reverse in your near future. I feel like you're freeing yourself from this inhibitions. You're freeing yourself from the restrictions. You're freeing yourself from something that may have felt good and familiar and maybe even comforting in some way. But there was a price to pay for that. you know? So with the devil in reverse, it can either be that, yes, you are restricting yourself. I mean, yes, you are freeing yourself from that restriction, or it can be a severity of the devil in the upright where you are still chained to something. I'm not feeling that though. I feel like there was an opportunity, you took it. I feel like there was something that was inhibiting and restrictive. You took a chance, you got love and support, happiness and freedom. And now you're just getting yourself recalibrated. You're getting yourself balanced from this situation. And you are releasing yourself from the devil energy, the place that felt comfortable, the place that's hard to leave because of the familiarity, the comfort of it, you know, it's hard to, and a little bit I'm feeling this moon energy here, that we see on the bottom of the deck underneath of this. When you plant seeds in the ground, it's dark for a little while, but then what happens, with some water and some nurturing and care, it starts to grow. And I feel like that's what this King of Swords knows, is that he has trust and faith that, yes, it might seem dark right now where you are, but you are going to flourish and grow, is what I'm getting. I feel like you've been through some stuff. And I say that too because of what I saw here with the Six of Cups in the reverse and the Lovers in the reverse with that Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. It's like holding on to something for too long, or being in this relationship cost you something, and I feel like this is about being real honest with yourself with this King of Swords, about what this was, because I feel like you thought it was this, but somebody was deceiving or somebody could have betrayed you. Regardless, there was pain here. And there could have been pain. There could have been pain on the other person's part as well in that, because I just got hurt people. But I feel like that King of Swords is looking at things very honestly, and it just could be also you being real honest with yourself about what that situation was, what it wasn't, you know, and knowing that even though you may be in the darkness now, that you are going to grow, you know. Your outside influence, we have the High Priestess here in the reverse. So the High Priestess reverse, I feel like there could have been some secrets that came out. I feel like somebody could have been hiding something from you, and I feel like you may have found out, is what I'm getting with that High Priestess in the reverse, because she is the keeper of the secrets. So with that in the reverse, I feel like something has come out. It can also talk about trust issues, and maybe you are having a hard time discerning if someone was trustworthy. And we did have the Seven of Swords under here. So I feel like you thought that you were this, happy family here, but somebody was being deceptive here. So I do think there was trust issues. I think somebody's heart was broken with that Three of Swords under there as well. The High Priestess can also talk about the need to listen to our intuition, and with it being in the reverse can also tell us that we have not been listening to our intuition, and it's also the need to trust our own intuition. I feel like maybe there could have been a situation where you had a feeling things were not the way that you thought that they were or hoped that they were, but you could have disregarded that. So I do think that there was something here about the need to listen to your intuition. Hopes and fears, we have the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups does come in the reverse. So there could have been some desires with the Seven of Cups in the reverse. it's the Seven of Cups is like desires that squeeze the life out of us, you know. So there could have been something having to do with that. It could have you could have been dealing with somebody who um succumbed to like dreaminess or escapism or something like that. It can also be, you know, maybe you're waking up from something. Maybe, you know, you were had illusions about something. Again, thinking about that um, Six of Cups in the reverse with the Lovers in the reverse. I think you could have had some illusions or even delusions about what something was, and I think some secrets came out and you found out. Did we even talk about your position very much, this Wheel of Fortune? I don't think we did, so let me go back to it. So with the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like there's a new cycle starting in your life, and I think this is happening when this transplanting happens, where you go from one place to another. Maybe you didn't feel nurtured. You know, I just got that too with that Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. Maybe you weren't feeling nurtured. You weren't feeling watered. You weren't feeling fed in the place that you were. So I do feel like this Wheel of Fortune, and I love it too with this Three of Cups here, because I feel like you got the confirmation or validation that you did the right thing in this right here with the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, being transplanted, being moved to a different place. I feel like there's confirmation, there's validation that you did the right thing. And it's interesting, this bunny on the top of the wheel here has a crown on. So I feel like too there's been some reward for the cycle that you just came out of. It could have been some hard lessons with that as well. So the Wheel of Fortune is something going in your favor. The big wheel in the sky keeps on turning. So the Seven of Cups, I also feel like you could be coming out of some kind of illusion of what you thought something was. Again, going back to this, something cost you too much, and it was thinking that, wishing for something that actually never was. So you could have thought somebody really loved you when, you know, just giving an example, maybe all they wanted was sex. You know what I mean? And you mistook that for love. I feel like you're coming out of the illusions of that. Your outcome for November. We have the Eight of Cups, walking away from something here. The Eight of Cups, leaving something behind. In search of, it's kind of like knowing that this thing was, or this situation was not your happiness. It wasn't, and being real honest with yourself, especially too with that King of Swords that came up, being real honest about this place was not the place for you, you know, like it wasn't your long-term kind of place. Also the situation, I just feel like you knew that this situation was not, you couldn't grow anymore there. I feel like maybe you weren't even nurtured, is what I'm getting. Let's do some advice for you, Aquarius, and then we'll do an oracle card to close out your reading. What is the advice for Aquarius for... And also I just got with this Two of Wands as the challenge. I just want to say this because as I was picking up these cards, that Two of Wands, it's like, I feel like you could have closed a door on something from the past that was the devil energy. That was, it was toxic, it was addictive, there was some kind of unhealthy attachment there. I feel like the challenge for you for November can be about closing that door. Again, Eight of Cups, closing the door. Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. I'm not growing in that place, so let me leave, you know. Let's see what we have for advice for Aquarius, please. You have the Ten of Cups here, and it's in the upright. So I feel like once you make this transition out of this place, this unhealthy place, you close the door on that. Again, closing the door on that. I feel like you have the Ten of Cups. You have a happily ever after. Whether it's with someone else or, maybe it's just with yourself. I feel like there's a lot of, it doesn't have to be marriage, family. It can be you being all of that to yourself in some way. But it is emotional fulfillment and happiness. So the Tower comes in reverse. The Tower reverse, this is accept that something has left your life. Accept that it's time to close that door. Don't try to hold on to something that is trying to leave your life. A little bit like the Death card in reverse. The Tower reverse is accept what has been taken from you or lost, or that something crumbled and fell to the ground. It is, and maybe this is the, just because we had that 10 of, we did have, look at that, we had the 10 of Cups here, but under that we had the 7 of Swords and we had the heartbreak. So that could be why this Tower came in. But the Tower reverse is asking you to accept what's happened. Yes, it may be dark, that Moon card. And you may not be able to see what step to take next. And maybe you have to go with blind faith right now from where you are, and know that even though it's dark, you're gonna grow and thrive. That you're being nourished. But the Tower talks about accepting the loss, accepting the change, I guess is the biggest thing. And it's about a rebuilding of yourself. But I just feel like too, the worst thing that we can do when this happens, when we get this Tower and we are in the middle of releasing ourselves, we want to run back to what felt safe and familiar and comforting at the time, but we have to just accept this change. 3 of Wands is in the reverse. Oh, look at that. Bottom of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune in the upright again. Fate is turning in your favor. The wheel is turning in your favor. It's time for that season to cycle out of your life. The 3 of Wands in the reverse, when this comes up, what this says to me is let go of the attachment. You have to sever yourself from something that you thought that you wanted, Let's do the Spirit Animal Oracle and see what we get for you as we close out your reading. I really feel very positive about this for you. But I feel like it's also validation and confirmation that it is time to walk away from something that maybe you had illusions about. Some secrets have come out, but also at the same time, I feel like some really good things are happening for you. I love that the 3 of Cups is here. It just feels like love, joy, support, freedom with friends and like-minded people that you may not have been able to enjoy in the past. I feel like that has come front and center for you, throughout this. Oh, it just fell on the floor. Let's see what we got. All right, we have 3. Wolf Spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom. I feel like this has to do with don't repeat that old cycle that you just have freed yourself from. Use that experience and turn that knowledge of everything that you learned from that, good and bad, healing and painful, everything that you learned from that, turn that into wisdom. We have Flamingo Spirit, embrace the in-between. I actually want to read that because I do feel like with that Moon card that came up, I feel like the in-between, so the place where you just came from and the place where you are, I feel like that might be a little uncomfortable for you right now. And maybe you're not knowing what's going to happen next. And that's a little scary, If you're feeling nervous and wobbly, stop worrying about the past and the future. Instead, be present in the moment. Balancing, which we have that with the Temperance card here. For now is the space in which creativity arises. Creativity is your birthright, but if you're moving too quickly in an attempt to avoid the discomfort of transition, you can blind yourself to the miraculous possibilities that are before you now and those just coming into being. The past has its lessons and planning has its merits. That Two of Wands in reverse can be the need to, maybe you need to do some more planning, but it also talks about taking action on something, Don't be afraid to take action on something that you really want for yourself. But right now you may be imbalanced because you're becoming too nostalgic for what once was, or too anxious about what the future may hold. And again, going back to the moon card that we got under here, I feel like, it's unfamiliar territory for you. And you're in this transition. You just got transplanted from one pot into another. It's a little shocking to plants when that happens. Oddly enough, I just want to say, I got this plant today for my desk, and I'm not somebody that spends money on knick-knacky kind of things, but I really wanted some greenery for my desk, so I got that plant. And I just feel like the fact that I got that today, and then yours is the first reading I've done since I did that. But, it's about when we transplant something, how it wilts and withers a little bit at first. If you know anything about gardening, or if you garden, you've experienced that. When you take something from one place and put it in another, it doesn't just immediately take off. It kind of wilts. It kind of, it needs to get accustomed to this new place, the surroundings. It needs to, the roots need to take hold and all of that. And I feel like that's what's happening for you right now, Aquarius. I feel like what just happened is like that tower. It was a little bit of a shock. And immediately you're like, no, put me back where I was. Let me go back to where it was familiar and it didn't hurt. But did it? Did it not hurt? Because you wouldn't be in this place where you are right now if everything was good and kosher. And I say that because we have this Ace of Pentacles reversed. We have the Six of Cups reversed. The Lovers is reversed. The Ten of Cups is here, the Seven of Swords, and then we get to the Three of Swords. There was something very painful, something that you've had to come to terms with, that it's hard to leave. It's hard to walk away, like that Eight of Cups there, So I feel like you're trying to balance yourself right now. Let me get back to reading this. I got so sidetracked. But it is talking about, you're becoming too nostalgic for what once was, or too anxious about what the future might hold. And I feel like that King of Swords is like, the King of Swords and this Temperance card is like, find the peace within yourself. Balance the anxiety about being in an unfamiliar place right now. There is time to plan carefully. For now, be still and know that Spirit is here co-creating with you at this moment. And God, if you don't have evidence of that, you got the Wheel of Fortune twice for you for this month. So Spirit is definitely God, Spirit, Universe. The wheel is turning in your favor, Aquarius. I don't know what more confirmation you need that, where you are right now is where you're supposed to be, just let the dust settle and just be open to whatever is in store next, even though you don't exactly know what that or where that is, the next step will appear when it needs to appear. Relax into a state of equanimity and balance. And that's right here. That's in your conscious mind right now, is finding that balance, finding that equalness, finding that peace within yourself. And the Temperance card talks about patience, the need for patience. Relax into a state of equanimity and balance so any anxiety can transmute into trust and faith that all will be as it will for the highest good. So just knowing that everything is going to work out the way that it's supposed to for you. even though you don't have all the answers right now, you know? So turn the experience, the knowledge from that experience into wisdom for yourself. Again, King of Swords kind of energy. This in-between worlds is a little uncomfortable, and it's okay. What is that country song? He says, I am not okay, but it's all gonna be all right. It's that. You're not okay right now. You're trying to heal. You're trying to balance. You're trying to adjust to whatever newness is in your life while just leaving behind something. I mean, give yourself some grace. Give yourself um, some kindness, and you know, just be still where you are and wait for the next thing to show itself, the next opportunity. The third card that we have is the Bee Spirit. Sweet results await. So again, there is confirmation that sweet results coming in. Let's read that. The Bee Spirit message is that sweet rewards are on their way if you are willing to get your ego out of the way and immerse yourself in the connected energy of all things. Bee Spirit knows not to let a sense of being let me start over. Bee Spirit knows not to let a sense of being a separate self get in the way of a good thing. Spirit is always producing honey. Miracles and magic are everywhere. When you connect with the great hive, you are vibrating and buzzing in exquisite harmony with all. Bee Spirit asks that your focus be on connectivity. Your body, heart, and soul and psyche experience total interconnectedness and a true integration when you self-forget, when you remember that you are part of a greater unified consciousness. So magical results are taking form and will be sweeter than you expect. Bee Spirit wants you to remember that your part in the divine partnership with the conscious universe is being rewarded, even if you can't see that yet. And we have evidence of that, Aquarius, because you got the Wheel of Fortune twice. I mean, what more confirmation do you need? And asks that you share your good fortune, as there is plenty of honey for all. Be a part of the larger whole, the force that brings forth all that is sweet and delightful. All right. I was just looking to see if there's a affirmation. Some of these have an affirmation at the end, but I just think that's confirmation for you, Aquarius, that yes, this is uncomfortable right now, but trust and have faith. Sweet results are coming in for you. All right. That's what I have. I hope this has been helpful, and please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time.